Hi guys, welcome to another Divi theme video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, this is another in our series of getting started with Divi 5 videos. In our last video, we showed you how to create your first page and set it as a home page. Previously, we've taught you how to brand your site. Today, we're going to go through setting up your first menu and how to actually customize this header up here should you need to. Really easy to do. So let's get started. Since the last video, I've just created a few more pages so we can create a menu. With WordPress, to create your menu, we need to go down to our dashboard down here, roll down to Appearance, roll down a little bit more, and you'll find menus right there. First thing we need to do is give our menu a name. I'm just going to call my main menu. Call yours what you will. It's a good idea that it means something to you. We've got a choice here where we can add it. I'm going to use it as my primary menu. Primary menu means that it will appear in our header right here. Secondary menu, we can create another menu that'll sit on top of our existing primary menu here. I'll demonstrate that in a while. And the footer menu, funnily enough, is a menu that's going to appear down at the bottom for the footer there. So I'm just going to use this one for my primary menu at the moment. We've given it a name. Let's create it now. Now, if we look over on the left-hand side, here's a list of our existing pages. And be aware, only pages that are published will appear here. Draft pages will not appear here. If you've created posts, you can choose to add posts here. We've got no posts really on this site apart from the default Hello World there. Custom links, you can put any URL in there, link anywhere on the web, and put in there what you want it to say. And also, if you've got posts that have got categories, you'll find categories down here and you can add those too. All we're dealing with today though are actual pages. So if I go back up here, I've not got many. Most recent's fine. If you need to review them all, you can do right here. Or if you've got a lot of pages, you can put in a search here for whatever page you're looking for. So I want to add all of these: contact, about, services, portfolio. So I'm going to add these to the menu. Now to adjust these, I'm going to have about at the top. Just left click, drag it to where you want it. Same with this one and this one. If you want to create a sub item, in other words, an item that drops down to another one, you just need to drag it over to the right a little bit and let it go. It'll tell you it's a sub item, and that'll appear as a drop down from the portfolio right there. So let's pop that back there. Once you're happy, just save your menu. Now, if I go back to this site here, what we've got here at the moment, it's randomly grabbing whatever pages we have up here and putting them up there. Now I've created this menu and we've saved it and we've told it where we want it, primary menu. When I refresh now, we've got it up here. And if you want to adjust what it says for your particular pages here, that's actually okay. I wouldn't mind a capital C on my contact. We can go back to the menus. There's the contact right there. If I hit the little chevron, it'll open it up. I can put a capital on there, or I can change the word completely to something else if I want to. So let's just save that. And I wouldn't mind adding my home page. If we go over to view all, there's the home page right there. I can add it simply by checking it, add it to the menu. It's right there. Perfect. So great. We've added our menu. Let's just refresh, and I should have my home there also. First thing we're going to want to do is make sure that it actually works. We're on the home page, about page, services page, portfolio, and contact. Great. Now you see when I go to one, it's highlighted in light blue. That's the default selected page color at the moment. I'll show you how we can edit this and also edit our header. When I roll down the page, you'll notice that header shrinks up a bit, as well as the logo, which is fine if you want that, but if you don't want that, I'll show you how to change it. So let's do that. I'm going to go back down to my dashboard here. This time I'm going to go down to either Customize under Appearance here, or Divi and Theme Customizer. They will both take you to the same place, which is right here. And we've got header and navigation right here. If I click on it, Well, header format, I'm using the default style now. If you want to, you can have it centered. I'll pop the logo at the top and the menu underneath. Centered with the inline logo. That'll pop the logo in line with your other links, obviously. You can have a slide-in menu that comes in from the side there. As you can see, when they click on the little hamburger, it's going to slide in like that. Or you can have a full screen menu, which again, if you click on the hamburger, it's going to drop down a great big thing like this. I'm going to leave mine on the default. That's been working for me at the moment. Fantastic. You can enable vertical navigation if you want to, and you can hide the navigation until you start scrolling if you want to. I'm going to leave those both off. Let's go back one now. Now, the primary menu bar. Remember, I told you this is the primary menu bar. If you want to change the color of it, we can go in there. We can make it full width. We can hide the logo if you don't want to see your logo. I'm happy with those to be fine. The actual menu height, it's okay at the moment, 66. Remember that number though. Now you can change the text size and the letter spacing right here. Obviously make it bigger or smaller. And anytime you do something, if you don't like it, just hit that. It'll reset it to the default. Letter spacing is obviously the space between the letters themselves. And of course, you can change your font that you want to use right here. Again, I'm going to leave mine on the default, but you can choose any of the fonts available right there. If you roll down a bit more, you can decide whether it's bold, italic, uppercase, capitals. I'm going to leave mine on capitals, or underlined if you want an underline going on there. Text color, obviously. Now the active link color, that's what I was saying, is this light blue here. And you can change it to anything you want. Let's just make that perhaps a little bit darker blue. Now once you change anything here, you want to make sure you hit the publish so it becomes permanent. Now the background color is the actual background color of this. White's actually fine for me, but obviously you can change it to any color you want. I'm going to change it back to the white there. And if we roll down a little bit more, if you're using a drop down, remember I said the sub items will appear as a drop down below. You've got a drop down menu line color. You can change that here. And the actual drop down text color itself would be right here. Again, once you're happy, just hit the publish. Now, if we go back here, we're not using a secondary menu bar. Just to demonstrate it though, I can assign something to the secondary menu bar. If I go back to my dashboard, back down to appearance and menus, I've only got the one menu. If I had more, we could select it up here. I've only got the one. Let's give it the secondary menu as well. We'll just save that. Now I've actually added it to the secondary menu. If I refresh this page, you'll notice we've got another menu sitting on top up here, and that's the secondary menu. If we go back into our header and navigation, you can change the background colors, the text colors, everything you want here. Again, let's change that background color to perhaps a darker blue. And the text color is absolutely fine for me. Now if we go back, I'm going to skip over the fixed navigation settings for the time being. Header elements will allow you to put a phone number in. It'll appear on your secondary menu here. An email, for instance, we put in phone number. You'll see that it appears up here. And the same with an email. It'll put in the email up there. Now, if you want it to, you can add your social icon, and also you can decide whether to show the search icon if you want to, right there. I'm happy to leave those off. And again, once you're happy, make sure you hit the publish. Okay, well, let's go back now and let's have a look at the fixed navigation settings. Remember in the primary menu bar, I told you to remember this number here, 66. That's the menu height. If I take it up, you'll see it gets bigger, smaller. If we take it down, let's just put that back to how it was. 66 works for me, but obviously change that to what you want. Now, if we go back to our fixed navigation settings, once I actually roll down this page here, that's no longer our primary nav bar. That is now the fixed navigation settings. You see it's shrinking up there. And the reason it's shrinking because we've got the menu height set to 40 on the fixed nav. If I put that back to 66, same as our primary, it's not going to shrink down anymore. And that's entirely up to you whether you want it to do that or not. But also you can have a completely different background color or transparent when they roll down. Here's a menu background color. Let's just change it to a black. Now when I scroll, when it changes to the fixed nav, you can see it's turned that black, which isn't very good for our links, but of course we can change our link color too right here. I actually preferred mine white, but just as an explainer, I thought I'd explain that. Let's pop that back to being white. And we've got it. And again, once you made your changes, make sure you hit your publish. And that's it for our little headers and menu section. So we've created a menu. We've assigned it to both our primary and secondary menu right here. And we've shown you how to change your fixed navigation settings. Really easy to do, so you're all ready to customize your site now. And in future videos, we'll show you how you can create your own custom headers if you want to. You don't have to use this system at all. So now we're all saved and published. Let's go back to the site and we'll refresh. And there we have it. We've got our new little menu system and header up and running right there. Perfect. And for anybody that was wondering what it was going to look like on tablet and mobile, if I hit my F12 key here I have it on iPhone 12. We've got a little hamburger menu right here. We've got our email and number still at the top there. But if I click on this, it's put both of our menus together there in one little drop down. And they're both identical. That's why we've got it repeating like that. And there's a little drop down border color I was telling you about earlier. So there we go. There's how to create your first menu and customize your primary and secondary nav bars. I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, ring the bell, comment, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Don't forget, if you have any questions about Divi 4 or Divi 5, put them down below. Obviously, we've been using the great Divi 5 theme here today. But the system for that menu is exactly the same in 4 also. So once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.